Hey, welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. Oh my god, we're back again. Just like we were just here yesterday, and then the other day, and then the previous day before the other day. We're still here. We're here to bring you quality entertainment for your lunch stream. That's what we're really here for. To bring you some fun in the midday, wherever you are, so you can have something fun to listen to while you enjoy your lunch. Whether listening to us live right now, here on Twitch or YouTube. Or if you listen to us later, you go back in, you're like, I love those RSG guys. I'm going to go back and listen because they bring fun stuff. That's what we're here to do. That's what's going on. If you listen to this YouTube, we are on Twitch as well. And if you'd like, please go over to Twitch. Follow us on Twitch. Would really appreciate the follow. So please, if you can, go over there and knock that out. But glad to see everybody in chat. I'm monitoring the Twitch chat. Someone's monitoring the YouTube chat. We got it all squared away. We're here to get you caught up on what's going on with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Real quick, let's knock out some mechanisms. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe. If you haven't already, check out our Patreon. Love our Patreon supporters to keep us going. And last but not least, we've got our ACS stuff, and we'll talk about that at the end. Of course, we've got the Super Chat function in YouTube open, so if you want to leave something funny, feel free to go ahead and do that. Donations are always appreciated for the channel. Also, I want to give a shout out to someone anonymous, but really wonderful person. They didn't want to give their name, and that's okay. They got me a new monitor for our setup here. Wanted to do that because they really appreciated everything we did with our charity stream and wanted to help us out. And I was like, awesome. And they just had one message. And that is to volunteer for your local communities and make them better. We all can do our part, and that was the message that they wanted to send to you guys. Hey, Cyberpunk, I see you in there. Thank you for the follow. Miss Farquhar is on Twitch as well. Hi, Miss Farquhar. So they wanted to say that, and over our time streaming, we've had a lot of people do a lot of great stuff like that. Corinth built us a damn tower of all things and sent it to us, just to make the stream better. So those are the kind of things. That's what you gotta love about our community. Really, a bunch of very humble, giving, wonderful people. And I thank you all for everything, from the Yelling Pickle to my Ranger shorts to a little Darth Revan figurine to that kind of stuff. It really matters, and we really appreciate it. All right. That being said, that's all the crap that we need to get to. Let's introduce the panel. Of course, monitoring questions in chat. If you do have a question, make sure you put question in front of your statement. Pop it in. We'll scoop it up, and the one and only Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire, will scoop him up. Dr. Finn?
Since when are we doing quality entertainment?
We've always done quality entertainment. You may not think so, Dr. Finn, but then nobody cares what your opinion is. So
I've never tried to do
just
quality
entertainment. Do your job and be quiet. Damn, Finn. Yeah. I've seen there's
I feel like I'm on the wrong stream.
I feel
all
like
that
you
Finn
are on
cares about is Anthem.
Really? Yeah, he's probably playing Anthem right now, folks. So I mean, I give a compliment.
No, I've actually been it's bad that I haven't played Anthem in a long time because of everything we've been doing for the 12-hour stream, and now prepping for the weekend festivities.
I'm sure you're having the shakes from that. Oh, Spidey78 just is now following us. Thank you very much, Spidey78. Also joining us, you heard the voice there. We've got Grim the Mechanic.
How's it going?
Also joining us, we've got all the way from across the pond in jolly old England, the one and only Michael W. Hunt.
Hurrah!
And last but not least, the one and only Stoner Jedi himself is here, Xylo Takedown.
Hey, Ranger.
Hey, where's my apprentice?
Have you ever seen Thrawn breakdancing before?
No, I really don't want to. And my apprentice agrees. In the background, his joyous glee is a cover as he force chokes his father for the 1900th time. That's right, my apprentice. Speak your voice with anger. So we've got Xylo and my little Sith apprentice in the background For we and him will one day rule the galaxy, and it shall be beautiful. All right, so go ahead and get your questions in. Now, this one we're going to do today. We're going to do a roster review and just Q&A. Now, for the Grand Arena, we're going to do that at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do another. So we got a busy day for you guys today. 1:30. Once we get another lunch stream at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned because I'm going to do my Grand Arena finals. After that, there'll be a little break at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to do Battlefront 2 for a couple of hours. Then after that, Finn and the Knuckleheads are going to do PC Gaming Night. And Finn, what are y'all planning to do tonight?
We are planning on playing a new game that we played on the charity stream. We're going to be doing Risk of Rain 2.
Risk of Rain 2?
That is correct. It's a looter shooter, and it's actually pretty damn hard.
Yeah. So check that out. They try to do different PC games for you guys to check out, so you guys can maybe get a little taste of something else. Maybe you like that. So busy day indeed, my friends. So glad to see everybody in the chat. Shout out to all you guys and gals. Really appreciate it. Twitch is blowing up. I love it. Zen420, what's going on? He's checking out the Twitch. Miss Farquhar says, I like the sloth. I don't know what that means, but okay. Fuzio Gamer says so.
She's talking about the emojis. So Twitch has a bunch of different emojis that you can get.
Oh, that's okay.
So Cyberpunk was saying he liked the corgis.
Okay.
And then Miss Farquhar liked the sloth, and to which then Cyberpunk put Bob Ross, I think.
Neo Venom says, hey Ranger, I got a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue as a gift. Is it any good? Yes, it is. Drink it right now. Just stop what you're doing. Quit work. Go drink it. No, don't do that. But it is good.
Drink it.
Drink it
real good.
Finn and Ranger here, and we're in a mess. Want you to drink it good. Me and Finn and this poor late at night, working up a sweat. Oh, see what I did there? All right, the great Salt and Pepper. We love him. Let's get into a roster review, shall we, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? I think we should. And let me just flip it over, y'all. We are doing Star Destroyer's profile. And they are in the Gray Alliance. So shout out to the Gray Alliance. Miss Farquhar says you can share it with her. Yes, Miss Farquhar is amazing when it comes to alcohol. Let's see here. Let me pull it up. See what he wants. I had it on the wrong thing. Give me a second. Where's the roster? Oh, there it is. All right. So Star Destroyer wants to know. Says, right now, I'm looking to do as best I can in Arena with not having any revenants. Well, we're going to help you out with that, buddy. I'm looking for what I should be focused on farming. My fleet arena, I feel, is never good, and so I'd like to know what fleet I should be focused on and which character should be my main focus. I just need direction, and my last issue is my mods. I use an optimizer, and I'd like to know what you feel I have modded wrong and how to fix it. Well, Star Destroyer, that's what RSG is here for. So let's start right in it with your arena team. So currently, he's struggling a little bit, Dr. Finn. We're running a Bassi team, not very geared. We're gonna have to do now for 2.4 million, almost 2.5 million GP. We're gonna get you locked and loaded. So we gotta do something about his arena team. So let's keep that in mind when we go through his entire roster, right? See where he is, see where he's not. And then we'll kind of pick you a team that we think will be the best for you in arena. Then we're gonna go do your ships, and then we'll go to the mods. So, okay.
Well, just thinking out loud, does he have Palpatine? Does he have Zetas?
Tell my apprentice to eat his chicken nuggets and be quiet. We're trying to do a stream here. We just got another follower. Who is that? Darren Palmer. Thank you very much for that. I don't know. You know what? Let's just start going through his characters and see what squads he has and what he doesn't have, Stoner. And then maybe we can make an assessment from there. Not a lot of Gear 12s. Yep. 3 Gear 12s that he does have as boss. He does have the Zeta, Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren. So, yeah, we got some work to do. Definitely need to get you focused. I'm seeing a lot of purple. Yeah, we got to get you focused. All right, let's just start going down here. So let's look at pillars. I'm not seeing. We're missing some pillars here. So we got. Our first priority is to get you pillars. So the teams that we're going to focus in on, besides your arena is going to be the teams you need to farm for pillars. These characters are amazing. You need to have them. They need to be geared. They need to be zated. It's just nothing for it. Fusion Gamer, thank you for the follow. Fuzz Ion Gamer, there we go. So your bounty hunters, let's just start there and work our way down. Bounty hunters, pretty solid.
Fuzz Ion, really?
You say potato and I say potato, and you say
no. You went from potato to like potato chip. What the hell?
So it looks like he is working on trying to get Revan.
Yeah, we'll
at
see.
6 stars, Zalbar's at 5, T3's at 5.
Yeah,
and Basilar 7 stars. So
bounty hunter looked fine. I don't have any problems there. Bounty hunter team's pretty solid. Not a problem with your bounty hunters. We go to your first order. I'm sure. Yeah, you get the Kylo Ren. He's gear 12 with the Zeta. Your Kylo Ren Unmasked has the Zeta, which I'm sure is the leader. Executioner's 11. That's really good. So you can get your officer up. Keep farming your first order stormtrooper. It's a great character that you can add, and he's the key piece for that lineup. But maybe something we work on later on. I mean, the pillars that I'm seeing that he's missing so far is 3PO. He's missed. Well, let's go to Rebels. I didn't see it, but I want to make sure.
Well, here's the thing. He's
missing. Okay, he has. Okay, so he's got Chewbacca 7 stars, fantastic. 3PO 6 stars. So that's really good. So maybe a little work on your murder bears. We'll look at them, but get that 7-star 3PO. But even at 6 stars, 3PO is really, really good. Go ahead, Finn, with your thoughts. I'm sorry about that.
No, I was just saying that if you look at his whole roster, right, it's not that he doesn't have a lot of good characters. The problem is he's somewhat fluffed up.
He's very fluffed up, yeah.
He has a lot of, like, low-leveled, and by low-leveled, I mean, like, less than 85 that are purple gear. You have an arena team that you can run. Now, I would focus your gear and try to get them all to gear 11, and then some of them to gear 12. And that team is going to be your CLS team.
Yeah, I agree.
And you could go CLS, Han, Chewie, 3PO, and then either General Kenobi, who I would probably recommend, or if you really want to, I mean, you could go like an old Ben or something, but I would say General Kenobi. And you have a team that can go through a lot of different teams.
Even CLS, Han, Chewie, 3PO, and R2. I mean, I see people
you
still
could
run
definitely
that.
go R2 as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have teams that you can go through, but the problem is your gear is scattered, right? You have gear 10 Phoenix, and I know that's probably because of fleet, right? And so it's fine, but you want to try and focus it on your arena first instead of your fleet, I would say, because it helps you in more aspects of the game. In particular, right, with everything that you can get from Grand Arena, with everything you can get from Territory Wars, fleet is a minor part of all of that. So while you can get really good rewards from Fleet Arena, you get a lot more from working on your characters than you do ships right now. So I would say start focusing your gear on your main arena team. And if you want to run Basilar, you can. It's not that the Basilar team is necessarily bad, but I think your CLS team would serve you better if you ran a CLS, Han, Chewie, 3PO. Even if they're 6-star, it's fine. Get them to gear 11. Han, you need to get to gear 12 with the bayonet. Yeah, he's like your must to gear 12. And after that, like your 5th spot, you can do R2, you can do General Kenobi. I mean, potentially you can do a Thrawn if you want to. So you have a lot of options for that 5th spot. But I think you just need to focus on getting more characters to gear 11, gear 12, so that you can actually put together a much more reliable team that'll get you better.
Yeah. Looking at Sith, Emperor Palpatine's 11, Vader's 12 with the Zetas, Darth Sion's gear 9, but he's 7 stars. So is Darth Nihilus, who's gear 8. Pretty damn good. Good job on the farm. Hopefully you're in a guild that's working on Traya, and you're working on locking her. That'll be a team possibly that you could go with in the future. Let's look at your Old Republic and see how you're looking on the character farms. Pretty damn good. Jolie mission. So we got to finish up Zalbar. We got to finish up these characters so you can at least get your Jedi Knight Revan. And then eventually, because really the two pieces you're missing is Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan. So focus on getting the stuff ready for Jedi Knight Revan, and then start working on the stuff for Darth Revan. They're really two key pieces. One thing I gotta say, Finn is absolutely right. If you're not going to use the character, don't put any more gear on them. Don't put any more credits into them. Don't level them. Don't do anything with them. You want to have your roster as lean and as mean as you possibly can. Because when you get into the GA and stuff, and I've shown it on the stream what happens when I have 4.16 and you have 4.16, but I have like a crap ton more characters and stuff, way more linear. I don't have a lot of fluff. You have a ton of fluff, and you're facing me. It's not a contest. It's not fair. You have no way in hell of trying to compete with me. So I don't want any more fluff on your roster. You're going to be focused. If you're not working on it, you don't touch it. It's that simple. Let's see here. So Old Republic, he's working toward to Jedi Knight Revan. I like that. So finish up mission Zalbar T3. T3 is not hard. He's a Cantina mission Zalbar. Not too shabby either. And then we need to start working on getting your characters for your Darth Revan. Those are your priority farms. You want to get these pillars knocked out. And Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan are key pieces to have. The other team, let's look at your Imperial Troopers. Solid. We need to get Veers to 7 stars, Shore Trooper 7 stars, and Death Trooper 7 stars. Don't put any more gear or anything on these characters until they're 7 stars and you're ready to use them. Then you can start gearing them, or until you start focusing them. Look at your Night Sisters. I'm getting a pattern here. Yep. We need to finish up Talzin. We need to get Zombie. All right, so we're a little bit all over the map here. All right, Dr. Finn, we've seen a little bit of his roster here. We know we want to run CLS and PvP.
We can run into other things too. So he put in chat that they're only doing level 5 for Sith Raid, maybe 6, but our guild is a bit away from Heroic Sith. So we can start getting you teams in order to help you there, right? And they're all, for the most part, I mean, they're all really solid teams in other aspects of the game. Yeah, so Jedi Training Raid for Phase 1, that's going to be a really good team for you in other places.
Yeah, but the
CLS for Phase 3, Night Sisters for Phase 4. I mean, all of these are good teams in multiple game modes.
Yeah, your Basti team for Phase 2. Your Basti Phase 2 can do just fine.
Yeah.
With Grandmaster Yoda, absolutely can do fine, and you can get a really good score out of it. You've got the pieces for the Resistance team. You just need gear and Zetas on them. Like your JTR, BB-8, she needs her leader. He needs his roll with the punches. That's the right Zeta, right? Too early in the day for me to be thinking about this. And you've got Finn 7-star gear 9. Get them all to gear 11 and get these Zetas on them. You could do 6 million easily. There's no reason why you can't with that team in Phase 1 of the Sith Raid. Phase 2 will be your Bastila team. That's another good score. So I would say while you're farming those other teams that you're working on, like the Old Republic and stuff, you need to start. One aspect of what you're going to do is focus on just farming. So pick a team, right? So let's say Night Sisters. You're going to farm them up to 7 stars, right? Because you're only missing a piece here and there, like you're missing your zombie, something like that. You can keep doing your Old Republic, not a problem, but just throw them in. The other thing that you're going to be working on is gear. So you're going to pick the Resistance team. I want to get my Phase 1 team done. You don't work on anybody else's gear other than them until they are gear 11. Don't worry about gear 12, because gear 12 will come as you start getting pieces and you can start throwing them on. First your raid team, then your raid teams as you start going down the line, so that you can do more damage in the raid and get more rewards. I would say your Resistance team is the first team you should finish up gearing. It's close. It's right there. You got Jedi Training Rey. R2 needs his stuff. You need to get the Zetas on them. This is the team you focus on first. Just gear 11 and getting the main Zetas on. Then you're done. Then you already have your Bastila team. Finish it. Make sure if there's anything you need for it, at least gear 11. Done. Then you go to Night Sisters. You're already working on farming the rest. Get them to gear 11. Put the Zetas on. Done. Those teams work at gear 11. They're fantastic. You can not only use them in the Sith Raid, now you've got these teams for TW and GA. And that's how you do it. Keep farming your Old Republic characters, those 3, until you're ready for Jedi Knight Revan. Then you switch the farm over to Darth Revan, the characters you're going to need for him, and that's your farm. And you're just throwing in characters from these other squads that you need to finish up, but you need to start get singularly focused on this stuff. And this is the route that I want you to go to get ready for higher rated Sith, getting these teams rounded out, because your teams are scattered. You're a little bit all over the place. So that's the plan we're giving you. And the other thing is, if you're not doing anything with them, then don't do anything with them. You can get the stars on them, and unless you're going to start using them and you're ready to start doing something with them, don't put any gear or anything else. No more fluff GP. And then, actually, you need to do the... I should take this back. Your arena team needs to be first. So if we go to your Rebels, you need to get them to gear 11. And that's the team we recommend that you run. So you're going to work on Zetas and stuff for... CLS is 11. That's good. Han needs to get to 12. Chewbacca, C-3PO. You got to get your arena team's priority, then JTR, then like we said. So get your arena team squared away so you can get higher in arena, get a higher crystal payout. It all starts cascading into each team as you work on it. So there you go. Cyberpunk. If Ranger wants to take his gaming to the next level, he must acquire the new Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Yeah, Amazon's
not wrong.
Yeah, if I had a Nintendo, Switch.
Are you sure you don't? Because GG definitely thinks you do.
I'm pretty sure it's an Xbox. Yeah, it's an Xbox. So, why do they give me random crap that I don't need? I just don't.
Somebody's been searching for a Switch.
Yeah, where's the life-size Velociraptor?
I guess it's no more.
Excuse me.
It is no more. All right, let's look at your profile again and see how you're doing in ships, because that's the next thing we want.
Well, yeah, he's getting right around 100. He's getting in the top 100.
Yeah, I don't like your starting lineup. Take get Ghost out of there. Put Houndstooth in. Well, let's look at your ships, because
he's bringing Houndstooth off the bench. That's probably not what you want to do.
No, you don't. I mean, I know it's 4 stars, but your boss is gear 12. So 4-star Houndstooth and the starting lineup will be just fine, my friend. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So put him in the starting lineup. And I like, if you want to go with Silencer and a TIE Advance in the opening, love it. Now, you're going to need a secondary tank. This next tank you have that I really like, I like Slave 1 more than I like Biggs coming off the bench. What is his other reinforcements he can go with here? Actually, you could go Imperial TIE Fighter in your starting lineup. Bring your TIE Advance off the bench, because he comes in and then he can debuff everybody. He's nasty when he comes as a reinforcement. So you could go Houndstooth, TIE Silencer, Imperial TIE Fighter. TIE Advance is one of your first reinforcements. Phantom 2 is a great reinforcement. Forget about Ghost. Looking at what else you have. Finn, I don't see Poe. Finn, I'm not seeing Poe. Calm down, Finn. Don't say anything. Not a word, Finn. Oh, there he is. Poe. Okay. He has a 4-star Poe, but it's not ready.
He's 4-star. Yeah, I was scrolling through it and looking. Okay, he has a 4-star.
Okay. The other ship
that he wants to work on that, because it's a really, really good ship.
One ship, and then I want another reinforcement is going to be Cassian's U-Wing. That's a great ship. It's one of the best reinforcement ships, period. One of the best ships, period, in my opinion, in the game. Great.
I would also say Sunfac.
Yeah, you could go Sunfac as well. That's a great, another great reinforcement. But yeah, definitely change your lineup a little bit. Bring it TIE Advance, Ghosts, Cassian's U-Wing. You want to go Sunfac or Boba Fett. I'd say Boba Fett is higher gear and stars as a secondary tank, just in case. I think that'll really help you out, especially since you're running Chimera. That would be the kind of the lineup that I would recommend. And just keep farming what you're doing. You're doing a really good job with your ships. A lot of unlocks and things you're working on. I like it. Good job with your ships. All right, mods, Finn. What are you seeing, my friend?
They're not focused. So there's a few things. He's obviously a newer player, so he has a minimized depth in mods. So when you look at his mods, the most blatant thing. He is missing speed secondaries, right? That's the biggest thing he's missing.
Oh wow.
Sorry. So there does need to be work done on your mods. Now, even with the mods that you have,
a lot of slicing needs to be done here.
They're not really focused, right? They're a little scattered. Now, Grandmaster Yoda has typically gone either one of two ways in terms of modding. People have either done him really, really fast or really high on damage. Now, for Bastila, a fast Jedi Master Yoda works better. A Grandmaster Yoda that's fast works better. For Revan, a higher damage version works better. And so for what you're running with your Bastila team, I would say that you probably want to make Grandmaster Yoda your fastest character. Then you can follow it with Bastila. It looks like you were trying to get your fastest stuff on Bastila. Bastila's base speed is slower. So you do want to get your Grandmaster Yoda going off as early as possible right off the bat. Your Jolee can be tanky, your Kenobi can be tanky, and your Ezra needs to hit like a truck. So if you want to keep this current lineup for the time being, then that's how you would want to kind of remod it. As you move towards the Rebel team, you're going to kind of change your modding almost entirely to some extent. You're going to have it so that you have, well, ideally, right? And again, you have a lack of mod depth, which you'll get over time. It just takes some time. But you'll want fast crit damage sets or fast offense sets on CLS with like a crit damage triangle in order to update it, like to up his damage with also his speed. And then you want like a potency cross so you can get that turn meter removal. Han is going to be full damage. You don't even really need speed on him. You just need crazy amounts of damage on him. And that'll also help you with the Sith rate. Chewie also can get a little bit of speed, but you want him to hit hard because he'll be constantly assisting, so he doesn't necessarily need speed. He'll go off of Han and hopefully CLS once you mod that team. And then you can go with speed for C-3PO, and then either tanky for General Kenobi or speed for R2. But where you're lacking is speed secondaries. And even if they were just a little bit less, you would be able to generate the extra 10% speed bonus, which on a lot of these characters is an additional 14 to 15 extra speed.
That's a lot.
Right?
So the plan he needs to have is you need to be spending your mod energy in separate categories twice a day. So your first round or your second round, I
would just say go straight speed sets.
That's what I'm saying. You need to farm speed sets. Anything 4 dot and below, just get rid of. You want 5 dots?
No, I wouldn't get rid of him.
I would. No. Yes, get rid of him.
I would not. He doesn't have the depth. He has currently, as his 6th fastest mod, a 4.15 speed triangle.
I know, but
he is not in a position to get rid of 4 dots.
Yes, he is. And the reason is he's got so many... And the other thing I'm going to bring up is you need to be slicing the other part of the day. The best way to do this, Star Destroyer, is you start, like we were looking on GG, you go right to the first... 19 speed. Now you're going to go over to this purple one on Bastila. You're going to work on slicing it till it's gold. Don't go 6E mods. Forget about 6E mods. You don't even have enough Gear 12 characters to be concerned about it. We need to get you those gold 5As. So you're going to slice this one. Then you're going to go to the one of Jolee. Then the one on General Kenobi. And work your way down the list until these are all gold. The other thing is speed sets. You need to farm speed sets every day. So your first round of mod energy is going to go... You're going to go right to the speed area and
this is the most I disagree with you about something.
Well, that's all right. Well, you have your opinion, I have mine. You know,
my suggestion would be just farm speed. Don't even worry about slicing right now. You have mods that are nice for slicing.
No, he could do both. I disagree with that.
If you can get 4 speed secondaries with even like 12 speed, right? You'll be able to gain 14 speed, which is better than a lot of the mods that you have right now.
I think
I would not bother any slicing right now. You can always come back to slicing.
No, he needs to slice. He can do both each day. He can get this. I mean, in a 7-day week, he does it every day. He's going to have plenty of mods. Sell the ones that are 3 dot and below, so Finn doesn't have a damn conniption.
I wouldn't sell those either.
I would sell them too. You're not gonna get the hell out of here, Finn. 3 dots, no.
If they're purple or gold, then level them up and see what it hits. No. I don't know why you would just sell them. See what it hits.
I agree with Finn on this one.
But you're wrong. Why?
I'd say I agree and disagree with both of you. All right, so keep the speed secondaries like Finn's saying. Hold on to your slicing mats and come back to the ones that do slice. Like look for the speeds that proc three speed on like a purple or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the more he holds on to salvage and the more he keeps focusing speed primaries, then the secondaries will fall in place, and then he can look for the right mods, but don't hyper focus on rolling mods that are like lower than 4 dot, right? Like 4 dot, if they have good speed, if not, sell it, right? Everything else I'm totally okay with. The longer he holds the salvage, the longer he holds all of his salvage while he's farming speed primaries, he can come back and hyper focus the ones that do roll good speed.
I disagree because that's right, my apprentice. Don't worry, I'm going to force choke all of them because you can do both in the same day. You need to get your speeds higher for arena.
He's gonna slice the wrong.
If we're not
sliced,
no.
If he holds on to him for a few weeks, then he gets a good amount
I disagree with that.
He's not going to be able to slice very fast, Ranger, unless he's spending.
It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Oh my god! It is not.
He's not going to be able to slice more than one every 2 days if he's not doing mod.
That's better than what he has now.
Well, he's gonna roll and slice himself broke. If he rolls and only focus on rolling, then he'll actually hold a credit income.
And he has no speed sets. So
he has speed sets. They're on boss. They just doesn't have a lot, and that's why
we want to improve the depth.
Yeah,
of that.
That's what I'm saying. He should probably at least for a month straight just farm speed mod challenges. He has a very his weakness.
I still do it 2 days out of the week.
So for the next month, I would just say just straight farm speed sets. Try to get what you can. 3 dot, 4 dot, 5 dot, level them up.
What version of the raid are they doing?
5, sometimes 6, I think he said.
So they're getting salvage from the raids, right?
Yeah, he should be. Well, if they're doing 6, I don't think you get it from 5. So the guild should be doing 6.
Yeah, I'd say get the guild to start hyper focusing on the next tier and focus on working towards heroic, right? And then you can hoard up those resources from that, I mean, like the salvage will just fall into your pocket, and the ones from Grand Arena too.
Well, you've got 2 viewpoints there, Star Destroyer. Irregardless, you still just need to farm. So you can pick whichever farming plan you would like. But farm speed sets. I think we're all in agreement on that. I still think you need to slice.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's up to you. You play it however you want. But you are lacking the depth and mods with your speed, so definitely knock that out. All right, I think that covers everything. Was there any questions from him, Finn? I mean, we went in depth on what he needs to do, his focus, what he needs to do, which teams he needs to work on, ships, change up, and his mods and what he needs to do for that. Anything else we need to cover?
No, let me see. Let me double check. And Star Destroyer, if you have any questions, then let us know.
Yep.
I'm checking the list of things. Give me a second. And I see Manporg. He's in Twitch, so shout out to Manporg. He's saying something, and it's something we're working on.
Is that the cousin of Man Bear Pig? Maybe, perhaps. It's
Man
super ethereal here, Finn. Man Bear Pig.
We have 4
people.
He's asking about the panel. So there's 4 of us here. Yes. I'm Finn. There's Ranger. Then there's Grim and Xylo. We need to start putting the Zoom window up on the stream.
No.
Ranger for the lunch.
That means I have to. No.
You don't have to turn on your camera, but at least you can see the name. So when it talks, it lights up. I'll turn on my camera.
I don't want.
We should have it up.
Yeah, since we just started on Twitch, a lot of people won't know who we are. So.
Fine, I'll work on doing that later on.
Yeah, no. We are currently getting ready for a half marathon this weekend, so probably these changes are for next week. But just
we're.
There's other stuff going on, but if you have any other, he said no more questions, and he said thank you. So there we go.
But if you do have questions, Star Destroyer, you know where to find us. Just join us on our Discord. We'd be more glad to help you through this. But if you stay focused with the plan we gave you, you're going to be just fine, my friend. All right, Dr. Finn, how does someone like Star Destroyer get a roster review from us?
Simple. Head on to the RSG Discord, message me, Finity, and let me know that you want a roster review. Send me your GG page, and I will add you to the queue. The wait right now in the queue is about 4 weeks. So bear with us. We are getting through it. We're not going to be doing a roster review on this Friday, because we're not going to be streaming, because we're not going to be here. We're going to be traveling to Orlando. And then Monday and probably Tuesday next week, we're not going to be doing the stream either. So, but the queue is still about 4 weeks. We're keeping up pace here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do the best we can. We're trying, guys. All right. So, thank you, Star Destroyer, for letting us look at your roster. That being said, it is time for some questions. And I'm going to go do events. So, get your questions in. If you have questions, guys, make sure that you put your question in the chat. Make sure that you put question in front of your statement. That's how we scoop it up. Help Dr. Finn help you. I mean, that's all I'm saying. All right.
I'm trying to get everything up here. Let me refresh it.
Of course, Dr. Finn is not ready.
No, it's ready. First question from Deadpool Kyle. Question for Ranger.
Uh-oh.
How do you think Darth Revan team should be modded? Bastila faster or Darth Revan?
I'm seeing Darth Revan being the fastest and Bastila being set with offense and just straight offense. But the mods that people are using, they want her to hit hard, but they're putting the mods that have offense, offense sets that have a crap ton of health and protection. You want her above the 40k in both categories so you can survive the initial hits and stuff. But it's been speed on Revan, so all the ones I've seen, it's just all the speed on Darth Revan to get him going as fast as possible. Because typically they go after your falling Bastila, you just want her to be able to survive hits and stuff like that. So it's still a work in progress. I'm still looking at all the data, but if I was to say one, I'd say it's definitely Darth Revan.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways you can mod Fallen Bastila. Like I've seen health protection over 100,000.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Next question from Talon Lee. What is the least mod-dependent Darth Revan counter without Darth Revan? I don't think there's a pure counter right now, is there? I know there's been some traction with I'm trying to remember the teams.
What's the team to counter again?
What was that?
What's the team to counter?
Darth Revan.
I mean, CLS can do it. Unfortunately, it's a crapshoot.
I mean, they all are mod dependent. There's no pure counter to Darth Revan right now. There's teams that can potentially beat it.
I mean,
right?
Jedi Knight Revan can, but it depends on
Jedi Knight Revan
speeds.
can. Jedi Training Rey, I've seen some videos where it can. CLS can. There's like an EP Vader Thrawn Scion Nihilus team that potentially can. I mean, there's a few that can beat it, but I can't say that any of them are not mod dependent. He's asking which is the least mod dependent though, but all of them are. I'm trying to think which one is, because all of them require like something that puts them over the top, right? Han, the CLS team really requires you to have a hard hitting Han and Chewie. Like you have to start busting through Fallen Bastila in order to use the CLS team. BB-8.
I saw a video. Go ahead.
What?
I saw a video today of a Nest soloing the Night Sister comp one with Mother Talzin and Zombie. And I mean, like, it's the same concept. I'm assuming it's just a bunch of tenacity. I mean, like, the debuffs are going to stick, but, like, if she can resist some of the stuns, then she can still counter. And
yeah, if you watched Urza's stream yesterday, Nest against Darth Revan is a really bad idea.
It's bad, okay? It's bad. It's really bad.
Just saying. That's a really bad idea. Whoever suggested that to Urzatron should be ashamed. That it's no. That was a heavily mod-dependent team.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to have a lot of tenacity, and I mean, like, it's not like you could just go and farm a couple of the nodes on tenacity and get a bunch of mods like that. I mean, like, the character Ness herself, it works, but I mean, like, if you do see her in a couple other teams too, it's like another mirror match Darth Revan team too. Like, I've tried her out a few times, like, as a magnet or like somebody to help spam some debuffs, and she works, but I mean, it's not the best counter. Like Finn said, there's no hard counter. It's the newest character, and I don't think they're gonna just make something so easily to counter. Like, everything's considered a soft counter right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next question is from What Else 73. He said, close to hitting 4 million GP. By 4 million GP, how should my roster look? how many Zetas, Gear 12, 12.5, meta teams, etc. should be done?
I mean, at least like 40, 50 Zetas and like 25, 30 Gear 12 at least.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably something like that. Yeah, you should probably have at that point about, I would say, about 10 solid teams. Teams that you can go in confident with in Grand Arena or Territory Wars, knowing that they're either good enough for defense or good enough for offense, right? Not cleanup teams, not throw in there because you don't have anything else teams, but you should probably have about 10 solid teams. Remy Vinette question: Twitch link to RSG, didn't find it anywhere in the description or the Discord link. I don't know if I've actually. That is a good thing. I don't think I've added it yet to the descriptions in our YouTube video, so I will have to add that.
Bad, Finn. Bad.
But it's twitch.tv/reality skewed gamers. Pretty simple. Let's see. Next question from Twitch is from Zem420. He says, question: in 3v3 with Jedi Knight Revan at 294, how fast is he with the bonus? Depends on the rest of the team.
If it's a straight Jedi team with the standard one that we always see, right? With Grandmaster Yoda, Jolie, General Kenobi
and Bastila.
I think, what is it, 45 you add on to that? Total?
Yeah, because Old Republic and Jedi will count twice, right? So he'll get double from
that. So
from
that's
himself.
30.
Well, it's 5 per. It's 5 per, right?
Right. So
5
that's
per,
25.
and you get a double from Bastila, Jolie, and Revan.
Yeah.
So in total, you get 8. So it should add 40 speed.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm double checking that it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5 speed per buff. Yeah, you gain 5 speed for Jedi and 5 speed for Old Republic. So yeah, so you'll get double from Revan, from Bastila, and from Jolie. Then you'll get 1 from Yoda and Kenobi. So it should
40.
be 8. That'll give you 40.
Yeah. There you
go. Next question: the dagger. Now that I have geared up Darth Revan, Bastila, HK, who should I focus on next? Sith Trooper? Should I finish my Sith Empire to gear 12?
Well, see, it depends on what comp you want to run, right? So there's a couple teams that people are running. One is the team with Sith Trooper and Thrawn in there. So if you're Sith Troopers, one you're going to put in, then it's definitely Sith Trooper. The other team is the Talzin Zombie lead. Sith Empire straight up. I'm not seeing any Sith Assassins or any Sith Marauders in there whatsoever. Now, that could change, but really the data is showing that those are the 2 comps that people are running. Some are actually running Sith too with Traya or Scion or Nihilus and Scion. That's another team that you can see in there. But really, that's the focus. If you have the Darth, once you get the big 3, leveled and stuff, then that's really what it is. Finn Lamb is now following us on Twitch. Thank you, Finn Lamb. Shout out to you, buddy. But yeah, that's what Sith Empire, the Marauder, and the Assassin now. The 11 Please.
Is that a shot at me?
That's the name.
It's supposed to be Finn is lame. Is it like Finn lame?
I don't know. The 11 Plague is following us too, or Plaguey, however you want to say it.
Thank you.
Got more followers on Twitch. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. All right, next question, Dr. Finn.
All right. Oh, Remy Vinette is Finn Lamb. Okay.
Oh, well then.
I don't think Remy Vinette is going to be mean to me, so I don't think it's Finn Lamb.
You keep telling yourself that, buddy.
I hope so. I don't want to cry. Let's see. Taco King 2. Question. Modding HK with crit damage and crit chance, or offense and crit chance?
What do you think, Xylo? Oh, Stoner Jedi.
Did he have to go?
Baby's fussing right now. I just didn't want him to... Yeah.
That's all right. We don't mind hearing the apprentice screaming at you. That brings me much joy.
I was going to say, he probably talked,
again?
but he's getting shocked by the apprentice right now.
All right. How do you want mod your HK-47?
Crit damage and crit chance, or offense and crit chance?
I gave him my Grandmaster Yoda mods, and I've been getting him to hit for like 160. So, I mean, I mean, like, I didn't really build the perfect flat offense set for Yoda, so this gives me the chance to remod him the way I want to, and then still gives HK some really good damage.
Yeah. He hits so
And
hard.
as a quick note to everyone, since they made the changes to mods 2.0, when I ran the numbers, unless your character is doing about like 80% crit chance, your best damage output is actually going to be from an offense set with a crit damage triangle. The only way to kind of like change that is if you have situational things. So, for example, the reason why Grandmaster Yoda was typically done with offense primaries was because you're generally facing Kenobi, who puts crit immunity on everyone, right? So you're doing that kind of situationally. But if you're looking at just damage output, if the character is actually doing less than 80% crit chance, you're actually much better off with an offense set plus a crit damage triangle. That'll give you the most damage output on average. If you're looking for the burst, then you definitely have to go with crit damage all the way, because that's how you get the burst damage. So it all just depends on what you're looking for and how you're modding.
Yeah, and I definitely noticed the difference between the two, the crit damage 60 and offense 60 triangles. Like I have one that the offense is really fast. It's got 18 speed on the triangle with the offense, and then the crit damage one has like 15 speed and then over 100 offense too. So it's obviously like the better damage mod, but you really notice the difference between both characters, HK and Grandmaster Yoda, having an offense and a crit damage one for sure.
All right.
So follow up from Zem420. He said, question, with my Thrawn at 314, shouldn't he go before Jedi Knight Revan in 3v3 with a Kenobi and a Grandmaster Yoda?
Not necessarily.
This goes back to the other question he was asking, which is a 294 Jedi Knight Revan with Grandmaster Yoda and Grandmaster Yoda.
So let's do the math. So we have...
Well, he gets the speed boost from the
It'll be a tie.
Tag.
It'll be a tie. It's a coin flip.
Tag.
Yeah, it's
actually going to be a tie. So he'll gain... So Jedi Knight Revan will gain 20 speed. He'll gain double from himself. He'll gain 1 from Grandmaster Yoda and 1 from Kenobi. So that's 4 times 5, which is 20 speed. So his speed actually ends up 314. So if you actually look at what happened, probably your Thrawn was at full turn meter as well. And so was the Jedi Knight Revan, and the Jedi Knight Revan got the coin toss. That's what it sounds like happened.
Yep. That happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question, Dr. Finn.
All right, next question. So that was a Twitch question. Let's go back to YouTube here. From Tim Bedard, question for Randy Newman. Any idea when your next album will be coming out? Your fans are anxiously waiting.
Well, everybody, this is Randy Newman here, and I was talking to Dr. Finn about doing maybe a Porg album, but Dr. Finn was very offended, so don't you worry, it's coming very soon. It's going to be a song on 5 CDs with 400 songs about Finn and Porgs. You're very quiet, Dr. Finn.
I kind of want that now.
You do? God, you're going to make me do that, aren't you?
A whole album about porgs from Randy Newman? I mean, how can I not want that, Ranger? I mean, seriously. I want that.
Finn and Porgs in outer space, gonna fight the evil empire. But Finn doesn't know how to fly the ships, and the Porgs are really all for satire. See, you can just write a song anytime you want.
God, I dropped my phone. I love that. Okay, next question from Chewy. It's a question, missed like a week from my honeymoon. Oh, congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
What gear recommendations?
I'm so sorry. One or the other.
No, Graham, stop it. That is an awesome thing. You shut your pie hole.
Damn it, Graham.
Seriously.
What?
God.
So, what are the gear recommendations for Darth Revan? Gear 12?
Yeah.
No, he's talking about the event, I think. I think he's asking about the event.
It's got to be about the event. It's tricky. You definitely, so my kind of viewpoint on it from doing the event and stuff is that if you have a Zed on cards, you can kind of get away with a little bit lower gear because you're 10. If you don't, you definitely need 11 because you need as much health and protection on those characters for that phase 5 as you can get because it is nasty. The other ones are fine, but that's kind of the way people have been playing it. If you have the Zeta, and there's different experiences, but generally the overall arching theme is that if you have Zeta on Karth, you can get away with a little bit lower gear. If not, then they better be really geared up because you're going to get hit hard and your characters are going to die. And you're going to need RNG in your favor to beat it. It can be done, but Zeta Karth is the MVP of that event, especially when you get to the Phase 5.
See, I went in with Gear 12 HK and Bastila, and then Gear 11 Karth with the Zeta. And I did put the Zeta on HK's self-reconstruction for the damage output. Like, I was already going to do it for the arena team anyways. And then Gear 7 Karth, or I'm sorry, Gear 7 Candace and Gear 8 Gianni. I mean, it's all about the kill order, really. I mean, the right mods, too. I didn't have to move my arena mods, so that was the best part.
All right. Dr. Finn, next question, please.
Next question from What Else 73. Says, question, is Karth's leader Zeta worth it to place if he is only 5-star?
Ooh.
Yes, if you have the rest of the team geared.
Well, if he's gear 11.
I did it at 4-star.
Mm-hmm. I did mine too.
Well, I'd say if he's not gear 11, no, don't do it.
I agree.
Only do it if he's gear 11.
And not just him. I would say you also need to make sure Candace is also geared up to at least gear 11. You'll want Juhani at least at gear 11. You're going to want Mission and Zalbar because you're going to want to put together that team, right? There's no point in putting that Zeta on Karth if you don't at least have the team together. So minimally, you're going to want Karth, Candace, and Juhani. That gives you a 3v3 team. But otherwise, you want to make sure Mission and Zalbar too. But yes, 5-star is still fine. What else? 70? No, that's the one I just did. Let's see. Nathaniel Morgan said, question for Ranger. Remember when you said Dr. Evan wouldn't pass Jedi Knight Revan? Right on schedule, according to me.
Yeah, I mean, but I also had the caveat that we have to wait and see what was going to happen. There's just so much information. I never said it wasn't. I just said I didn't know if it would or not.
I just checked GG and Revan is ahead by 1%. So.
Is it now? Okay, so yeah, it's turning out to be Darth Revan's stronger than first advertised from a lot of people. But that's why we had the caveat that it was looking at the beginning that he wasn't as strong.
He didn't fit with the Sith Empire. It was
the Sith Empire. It was a team they recommended, and then now that people are, as we said, community is going to get a hold of it. We'll see what happens. But I don't ever like just to make a bold statement like, nope, Revan will never be blah 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 or that. I'm like, I always say it could. We don't know yet. That's the thing with predictions. You never know. You can only look at what the data you're being presented and make your best guesstimation of, what you're seeing. So, yeah. So if Darth Revan's taking over, that doesn't surprise me. More people are going to it. It's turning out to be with the teens, the constant people have been figuring out that it's actually a little bit stronger. Now that Jedi Knight Revan's dead, it's still holding pretty decently, but Darth Revan's turned out to be the man.
Next question from Can't Touch This. He just said, y'all will be missed while you're away. Don't die in the marathon, Finn.
Well,
actually, it's not. It's after the marathon that Finn will die because Ranger will beat him to a pulp. That is, if Ranger doesn't keel over during the marathon.
Ranger has a bum ankle. That gives me an advantage.
Yeah.
That's why I say if he doesn't keel over.
But I know where Finn will be sleeping.
It's true. Which is pretty bad. Okay. Next question, Gaming Fruguy. Will Finn replace Scavenger Ray permanently in Jedi training raid teams? I don't know what I don't want to say permanently, right? Because they might introduce more Resistance characters with Episode 9.
That's true.
But for the time being, yeah, Finn seems to be a better damager than Scavenger Ray. But Scavenger Ray can also be used as a plug-and-play DPS more so than Finn. So I think, yes, for the time being, you're going to probably see Finn as a 5th more often. Now, here's the sad part. The Finn Zeta lead is still not bad. It's not nearly as good as it was. But you can still make use of it. but you have to be very careful about what you're doing it against. You need a really high potency Poe because you need to make sure those exposes land, and you can't face against anyone that really has like a taunt, because as soon as there's a taunt, you're not going to be able to reduce turn meter from everyone, and the goal is to get exposes everywhere, hit them, and then reduce their turn meter, and you want to kind of go around the team in order to get that going. So there is some potential for the Finn team. What they really need is the ability to ignore taunt. If that was somehow in there, I think that would be really good for that team. But as it currently stands, it's a very situational offense team with the Zeta Finn lead. So yes, you're going to see Finn more on Jedi Training raid teams and probably Scavenger raid and cleanup squads.
All right.
Next question is Wargul 128 question. What is the hardest Darth Revan comp you have faced to beat?
The one with Thrawn. It's annoying.
Really? Mine is still the Talzin zombie.
No, I don't have a problem with that one. It's the Thrawn one, because what Thrawn does, if you can't not get Bastila down, he AI plays it right, gives her health, gives her protection back and stuff, and then she does her thing. It's like, and then he fractures. You're like, you son of a. It's like, you filthy bastard. Jesus. Yeah, that one's giving me a lot more problems than the Mother Talzin team. So it's like, stupid.
Tangent Revolution question. I have a solid. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Real quick, I mean, one of the actually surprisingly more annoying ones for me isn't even Darth Revan lead. It's the Emperor Palpatine leads with like mirror matches. It's a pain, man. Like I finished Revan's gear like 2 days ago, and I mean, like, Palpatine's turn meter generation, and if Darth Nihilus is on the team too, and then it's Fallen Bastila, Revan, and then usually either Scion or Traya as the fifth. Oh man, that team is nasty. And I mean, I've even seen Palpatines pop up in the top 20s without Revan, like with Fallen Bastila Triumvirate. It's been a pretty good one too.
Well, we got Kibbles 2013 is now following us on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the Traya with Fallen Bastila one, like the amount of healing Fallen Bastila puts out for that team is just...
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
And just fear and corrupted battle meditation and being able to lock now, like there's so much going on around just with the leader of Traya and Fallen Bastila alone, and you're not even plug in the other three. You pick.
All right. Next question from Twitch, from Zem420. I unlock my Traya tomorrow. Congratulations.
Congrats.
What's the best stat standard to mod her to destroy the stupid, annoying, not the real Revan? There's two ways you can go. And one tends to be a little bit easier. So the harder one, which is pretty much, I think, equally as effective, is tenacity based. And the reason for that is that whenever Revan attacks, he reduces your base health, and that's really what starts to destroy Traya. And so you mod with a lot of tenacity in order to prevent that effect from taking place, and that keeps Traya's health up. That one tends to be harder because not as many people have saved up their tenacity mods. So if you have that, that is a good one. The other one, which is, in my opinion, equally as effective, or if not very, very close, and it is the one I use, is protection-based. And what you do with that, you try to stack as much protection on her as you can, and it's for the same reasons. Revan reduces the health, not the protection, and so you try to create a huge pool of protection so that Jedi Knight Revan can't go through it. So you mod her with as much protection as possible. You can do some other stuff. You can do some speed secondaries if you want. You can do some offense stuff, but really you want heavy protection. So either way that you go depends on your mods. More people are able to do the protection style and get their Traya above like 70k protection, and that really helps against Jedi Knight Revan when you're using Traya.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you have like her as the lead in Fallen Bastila, like just having the right, the right L-shaped mods, right? The three on the right and the one on the bottom. So looking at my Traya's mods, I sliced up her crit avoidance arrow. It's a health primary, so she's got a health set and 2 defense sets. for the primaries, and then she's got the crit avoidance arrow, which is 60. The triangle and the diamond, they're both 60, really high speeds, 21 and 22. And then her tenacity cross, which is still only 24% tenacity, and then the circle protection, trying to find a little bit of speed. But with just those 4 mods, with the crit avoidance arrow, the extra defense on the triangle, tenacity on the cross again, my Trey has taken up like 4 marks before, so I mean, like, she gets really beefy, and I've even seen her drop down from like a sliver of health all the way back up.
All right. Next question is from Warghoul 128, and I think we answered this here. But what is the best Darth Revan team comp? I think we mentioned a couple of them. Ranger mentioned one with Thrawn. Mother Talzin Zombie is one that I've seen a lot more. So, yeah. Maz Kanada question. I heard it estimated that 70% of one's roster should have speed sets. Do you guys agree with that?
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's too high. So, I mean, certain characters need speed, but there's other stats besides speed. I mean, let's just say tanks. Take your tanks out. They don't... I mean, there's certain stats that just... for certain, like Han Solo. Doesn't need speed. It's all about damage. Go ahead, Finn. You were saying the same.
No, I was going to say that you don't need a speed set. Speed secondary is different, right?
Yeah.
So, in terms of what you're looking for, do they need 70% of the rosters need speed sets? No, I don't think that's right. But here's the thing. A lot of people try to get their teams faster for 3v3 and 5v5, right? Because we've seen in Grand Arena, like, the speed on your mods makes a big difference. If you can outspeed your opponent with multiple teams, it makes it harder on them. So people have been focusing more on speed for those purposes. But if they still have effective mods in other sets, they would be in a better position. Simple example, CLS. I mentioned earlier. CLS I really like with a crit damage set over a speed set. There are several people that have him with the speed set. And I understand why. You want your CLS to go quick. You want him to go often. You want him to do the turn meter reduction with his basic. You want turn meter reduction with his special. I mean, you want him to go as many times as possible. But I have currently modded him with a crit damage set, and in total, I can get him with plus 103 speed, right? So now I don't feel as bad that my CLS is a little bit slower because he does more damage. But if I had a crit damage set that only gave me, let's say, plus 60 speed, well, now it's a different issue. Now my CLS is going to be too slow for me to say, yeah, crit damage is the way you want to go. And in that case, I would probably go with speed to get his speed up, because you do want to make sure your CLS is fast. So when you're looking at it in kind of a general view, should they have speed sets? I don't think that's the correct thing. Should they have speed as a focus with their secondary stats is the way I would look at it. And for that, I would probably say yes. There are, I would say, probably about 70% of the characters, especially with Grand Arena and Territory Wars, that you're going to look for high amounts of speed secondaries, because you're going to want them to go fast, but it may not be your primary focus. You'll want an offense set. You'll want a crit damage set, right? And so because of that, you would want to go for those 4 pieces rather than the speed bonus, because they might provide you a little bit more. So that's how I would differentiate that a little bit, that it's not speed set. It's just going to be a speed focus, but the speed focus doesn't necessarily require you to have the speed set just for the secondaries.
Right.
Oh, Tangent saying I started his question but then didn't read it because I got distracted by Xylo. So let me go back. Sorry about that, Tangent.
Hi, Tangent.
Tangent's question. I have a solid Jedi Knight Revan team, and I'm struggling to gear my Darth Revan team. I would like to take a break from it and gear up my fleet characters. Is this a bad idea?
Yes.
Yeah, never gear a character for pilot.
If your Darth Revan is not done, you got to stay hyper-focused. One piece at a time. I know it's a pain in the ass. I'm going through it myself right now, as you can see. You got to farm that crap. It's a slow process, you know, unless you're spending crystals. And I just spent some on some binoculars, but those are the rare ones, and I always will get those because I need a crap ton for Vassal, HK, and Darth Revan. So, you know, if you've got the team and it's as good as it's shown in the meta now, then yeah, you're damn right you want to get that team leveled up with gear and stuff. But just pick one character at a time. Pick Darth Revan, then go back Fast the Fallen, then go HK-47. You see the characters I have on my screen right now. I'm going in order, and these are the order that they will be geared. So.
I'll add one caveat though. If you are able to beat Darth Revan teams with your Jedi Knight Revan team, right, then maybe you can slow down on that. If you are farther behind in fleet, and gearing up your pilots will get you a higher fleet rank, right? So the way I always look at it is, what is your payoff of focusing on gear, right? And there's two easy places to figure out the payout. It's your arena and it's your fleet. Grand Arena is obviously a little bit of a crapshoot because you don't know your opponent, you don't know what's going to happen, right? And so there's some strategy and stuff revolving around it outside of just straight gearing and having the characters. Same thing with Territory Wars, right? So when it comes down to payoff, the only thing you're looking at really is your squeeze. So you're looking at arena, your squad arena, and your fleet. And so if you are able to get what you are aiming for in arena with your Jedi Knight Revan, then I am okay with you slow farming Darth Revan if you are lower in fleet and you think you can get higher in fleet if you focus on fleet. If you are not focused, if you're already high in fleet, right, then go ahead and work on your Darth Revan, because Darth Revan is a game-changing character when it comes to Grand Arena and Territory Wars. Arena, right now, he's kind of dominating. We'll see how long it takes for like a counter to pop up that's going to be fairly easy for people to utilize and whatnot. But as it stands for Grand Arena and Territory Wars, Darth Revan is a menace. And so whatever your payoff is for working on your fleet characters, it has to be worthwhile. So I don't know your full situation in terms of where you are placing, but I would say make sure that you get whatever in arena first. So you get your rank 1 in arena, right? And as long as you're getting your rank 1 in arena with your Jedi Knight Revan, then you can work on your fleet. Because getting rank 1 in arena with your characters is going to be definitely more important.
Well, it's just more than that. I mean, the reason you want your Darth Revan geared up and stuff is because you got to think of outside arena, too. There's Territory Wars and there's Grand Arena. Plus, there's raids and stuff like that. So, my philosophy has always been characters first, ships second. Because I'm going to get more bang for the buck with characters than I ever will with ships. Ships are important. You need to work on your crews and stuff. But if you can have, even in most of the GAs and Territory Wars, most of it is based off your character. So if you can go in there in a GA with a Darth Revan team done and a Jedi Knight Revan team done, you're in a really good position. So the more squads and teams that you can put out on the battlefield, it adds up. So that's why I say you should finish your team. Stay focused, stay on target. Yeah, it sucks, but if you do it, it'll pay off in the long term. Short-term gains for long-term goals. That's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, my overall order of things is squad arena. Whatever you do, make sure you try to get highest in that, followed by fleet arena, followed by then Territory Wars and Grand Arena. So characters in general are typically the bigger focus, except for the one exception where if you can get more crystals from fleet.
Yeah. There you go. All right, next question.
All right. So let's see. Next is see, because we'll need to wrap up here soon.
Yeah.
Chicken asks, since Jedi Knight Revan is a stale arena meta, should I 6C my health mods on Jolie? I have 35k hit points. 35k is low. I'm assuming he means plus 35k?
Yeah, I would try and get him as healthy as you can, because that way he's more annoying for your mirror matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would still work on it. The two Revan teams are still the top teams right now. So I would still definitely work on it.
Yeah, try to say. Eh.
Chewy said, question, just over 3 million now. What should my roster look like? 3 million is a little interesting because you do have, it is a little situational. There's some people that have focused heavily on the raids, and there's other people that have focused on streamlining their roster. So there's a couple of different ways that you can go about it. So I would say you're probably looking at about 6 to 7 solid teams for Territory Wars and Grand Arena. And yeah, I mean, I think that's where I would look for. Mod wise, you'll want at least, I mean, everybody hopefully, and I know it's not easy, hopefully has at least one set of mods that gets them over like 120 speed.
Yeah.
I mean, those would be kind of the little benchmarks I would look at, but a lot of it is just going to be situational in terms of what you're farming. Let's see. Chilo Mad 92. Question: what is the best way to mod Dengar and Cad Bane? So
crit damage, crit chance, bunch of speed,
yeah,
bunch of offense.
Mm-hmm.
Take everybody other than Bosk. You want to mod them for crit chance, crit damage. And
Cad Bane, I do like potency though for the stun.
Yeah, you can put some potency set on there.
Cad.
I also like he's got one of the highest base protection pools in the game. So if you give him a couple of protection primaries, his protection becomes like. Mine's at like what 48,000, and I have one protection.
That's right, my apprentice. He's even.
and the exception of Django, right? If you're using Django in another team or a second bounty team, like mod him up as much speed as you can.
The apprentice is just.
Oh, you don't even know, bro. Oh my goodness.
He's like.
He's been hollering the last couple of days, like just testing his voice out. Like,
Yeah, my apprentice, what are you doing? Why are you screaming? Shut up! No more complaining. No more have to go to the bathroom. There is no bathroom.
There is no bathroom.
All right, next question from Zem420. Question: I have CLS at a 2.6 million GP. Does that make my roster better than Grimm's? Love your Grimm.
Oh no!
Oh snap!
Oh no, he did. Oh no, he did. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't.
We have to do Grimm's roster roasting soon.
Yes. Well, we're not doing it. We're gonna let the Angels destroy you, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's the plan. We have to schedule that with the Angels.
Yeah, Grim knows that, you know.
Oh man, that'll be epic.
Yeah. Because Dana's going to lead the way with that. So a bunch of the top women in the game are going to basically disrobe, destroy, neuter Grim. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. He just has to sit there. You just have to sit there and take it. Take it like a man.
It is for a good cause. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, really quick about that, since that's brought up. I want to give out a shout out to to Bimasu, who donated $30 since our last stream to the American Cancer Society.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Bimasu. Yeah, we still got donations up for the ACS, which we'll talk about here in a second. So let's get through this last question.
We'll do one more question here, and then we'll start wrapping up, and we'll be back at 1:30 Eastern time. So in about 15 minutes. We will restart and we'll have our grand arena going in about 15 minutes. So take a little break, have yourself a snack, come back.
Make a little love, get down tonight.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a snack.
All right. Let's see. The next question is Guzza Buzza. And he asks, what do I do with my gray mods? Are they worth getting to 12 to see how they are, or should I toss them?
No, I always roll just to see what pops. Absolutely, yeah.
My last 20 plus speed secondary was a gray mod. So
you never know.
Yeah. There's no harm. They
super
reduce
cheap.
The cost for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So the cheapest things you can do in order to figure out whether or not a mod goes into the tier 1 line. So again, really quick, I'm just going to go through this quickly so we can wrap up. But tier 1 means that you have a chance of getting a gold 5, which means that you hit a secondary stat 5 times. That means at purple it's hit 4 times, at blue it's hit 3 times, and at green it's hit 2 times. So the cheapest thing you can do in order to figure out if it's anywhere in that tier 1 with your gray mod is to take it to 12, see if it has the stat that you want, which is typically going to be speed. Then take it to 14 and slice it to green. If you get it to hit on that, then you're good. If you don't, then sell it, right? It's a fairly simple process that you can go. Then if it hits the green the second time, then you can work up the chain, right? Did it hit the 3rd time for the blue? Did it hit the 4th time with the purple? Did it hit the 5th time with the gold? So you can just kind of work up the sequence there. and see if you can actually get that final tier 1 mod.
Real quick too, Finn, one more thing that I like to do is like, if I'm looking for some speeds from a gray mod, like I'll let them accumulate, you know what I mean? And then I'll pick a shape. Like if I'm just looking for a speed primary with good speed on a cross, I'm only rolling those crosses because it'll save those credit income. You hear that every time?
Just put him on.
Yeah, no.
Say hello.
My apprentice. How goes the force training?
Oh, now you're silent.
Now you're quiet. Okay.
Everything to say when we're mute. But
I'm very disappointed, my apprentice. Learn to be social.
All right, so I think that's everything. We're gonna have our Grand Arena stream starting in 15 minutes.
Yep. So we're gonna it's time to wrap it up. Talk about the ACS stuff, and let's get out of here and get ready for the next stream.
All right, so starting Friday, the RSG crew is going to be heading to Orlando for our half marathon run on Sunday at Disney. We will be at the parks on Saturday and Sunday, so if anybody is going to be coming out to Orlando, please let me know. I'm going to put it on Twitter, or kind of like our schedule in terms of the parks. We're going to do Hollywood Studios on Saturday. We're going to do Epcot on Sunday after the race. So please, if you guys are there, let us know. We plan on hanging out with you guys, whoever is available in Orlando during that time. And we're still raising money for the American Cancer Society. We have a few more rewards still available on the Tiltify. So if you guys go to Tiltify, head into the reward section, you guys will be able to donate. We still have some pools available as well, in especially Dana's tattoo. The top 2 Star Wars themed tattoos from that poll she will actually get. I think right now when I last checked, it was Fulcrum Ahsoka and Boba Fett were the top ones. Yep, and it's still there. So if you guys are interested in making Slave Leia, C-3PO, R2-D2 one of the top 2 tattoos, head on there and donate, and Dana will do the top 2 tattoos on her half sleeve.
All right. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. So stay tuned. We're going to about 15 minutes. We're going to be back at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up on the videos if you can. Very much appreciated. Check out our Patreon if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter because you like the content. Please go to our Patreon page. And if you haven't joined our Discord, I highly encourage it. A ton of great people in our Discord with lots of different games. So, yeah. With that, on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We'll be back tomorrow to do this as well, but we got a lot of stuff going on today, so just stick with us for the rest of the day. We're going to bring you a lot of fun and entertainment, so have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Peace.